Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist. It's still Halloween. Happy Halloween. It is the end of Spooktober. And like I said with our first video, and again, if you didn't check that out yet, I encourage you guys to maybe even just pause this one and go check this out. What we ended up doing was we collaborated with a foreign duelist, Ukami. We went ahead, we got a good list from his experience with using both zombies and shaddolls. Did a little bit of touch up at the end, mostly out of necessity. Just didn't have some of the cards. And it is a wonderful deck. And if you have seen it, maybe he watches almost all of this stuff. Go ahead and pop him a thank you down there in the comment section. Seriously, stellar work. And I couldn't think of anybody else that I'd really want to do a collaboration with because it was pretty cool. Additionally, I did say that we have two decks today. So we did have the Shaddol Zombies. Let's get into this deck. This deck is a little weird. I call it Trick or Treat because it's, Halloween. But I was kind of playing around with the whole, the old little rhyme, trick or treat, smell my feet. And I thought it'd be funnier if I ended it with watch me self-defeat. You see, I wanted to save this deck for April 1st. I wanted this to be an April Fool's deck. But again, the way that the ban list tends to change, and again, I don't know if the cards will still be in the same quantities then. So I'm doing it today. So everybody I play today, you get a win. You get a win, you get a win. Everybody's going to get a win. That's the treat. Let me show you this trick. So this is nothing but like a kamikaze-ish type deck. It's really, can I drive my own life points directly into the ground? So first and foremost, we got to play Cyberstein. Cyberstein is just a quick pay 5k, special summon a fusion monster out of your extra deck. I don't care who it is. I'm looking at that being, 5 of my 8,000 hit points. Another good one of was the Gale Dahlgren. Now, I could have placed more than one of this. But again, since it's an odd number, it gets a little harder to get to the full 8,000 real quick. So with Gale Dahlgren, what we could do is we could pay in multiples of 3,000 life points to send monsters from our extra deck to the graveyard. They no longer have to be fusion monsters. Another really cool one is the Giant Kozakai. Now, I know, 2,500 on a 4-star. What could possibly go wrong here? Everything. You need to have a face-up Kozakai monster card, and he's like this really nerdy little scientist who never touched grass in his life. He needs to be on the field, or else his machine here, I guess it's actually a fiend, this immediately gets destroyed by its own effect. And if this face-up card on the field is destroyed, I will lose life points equal to the original attack of the card. So by playing this, I immediately burn myself for 2,500. Quite in the same vein, I'm going to be playing 3 copies of the Malevolent Mech Goku N. I can normal summon this without a tribute. However, once per turn during the end phase, if this card was summoned this way, I have to send it to the graveyard and then take damage equal to its original attack in the graveyard. This card must be the only zombie monster on the field to activate and resolve that effect. Again, we're just trying to go down in turn 1. So again, the Malevolent Mech, wonderful. It is a good 2,400 self-burner. And let's say you go second. How can we maximize out some damage? Well, your opponent's bound to have summoned a monster card. So let's talk the Mechadolg Merit, folks. This card is from Flaming Eternity. It has been in the game for quite a long time. When this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard as a result of battle, inflict 1,000 points of damage to both players. When it is on the field and destroyed by... while this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard except by battle, inflict 1,000 just to the opponent. So really, unfortunately, we have to damage the opponent, but we can just run right into a card. So again, if they got something that's at like 2k, cool, I take 2,000, they take 1,000. If they get something at 3k, I'll take 2,000 plus 1,000, I'll take 3,000. So again, it's another great way of just going ahead and taking some damage. And that's it for the monster lineup. Because again, if the monster can't hurt me, I don't want it today. So just real quick, and I'll be back with a boatload of spells, okay? Just 1 second. Now with the spells, what I'm really trying to do is, there are a couple that burn me, but it's still not the real focus of the deck. So with the spells, I'm really trying to vie for position to get to my self-harm, which again, maybe I should reword it as trying to lose the game. Because again, I don't want any of you actually self-harming. That would be terrible. Don't do that. However, we all play Yu-Gi-Oh! We know how nihilistic we can all be about it. And this is kind of like the embodiment of that. So, spells, we're going to use card destruction. Again, just both players are going to drop their hands, draw new ones. We're going to use a copy of the card of demise, draw until we have 3 in our hand, and then for the rest of this turn, the opponent would take no damage, which is fine. I just want extra cards to try to hurt myself. Again, during the end phase, we would lose our entire hand to the graveyard. We can only activate one of these per turn. Can't special summon during the turn that we activate this. So again, cannot activate this. The only negative interaction here is going to be the Cyberstein, because he does special summon out of our extra deck. Next up, we're going to use 3 copies. Cybernetic Fusion support. And this one is just crazy. So for activation cost, you pay half your life points. Then, once, if you were to fusion summon a machine fusion monster this turn, you could banish cards from the hand, field, and or grave as materials. You can only activate one of these per turn. Guys, this is just a quick way to pay half our hit points. Additionally, 3 copies Dark World Dealing. We need both players to draw and drop cards. Another really fun thing to do is the extra Foolish Burial. This also lets us pay half our life points and send 1 monster card from the extra deck to the graveyard. We can only activate one of these per turn. You cannot set spell traps during a turn you activate this card. So if you're going to play this one, I would recommend trying to have already played Cybernetic and having a blow-up monster. Otherwise, you're going to defeat the purpose of the deck. It is in here, but again, with card destruction, the next card, it's pretty easy to get past it. So the next card being hand destruction. Both players send 2, draw 2. So again, the extra cards, the ones that can only be once per turn, or again, if there would be a negative interaction, like you've already done your Cyberstein, you don't want the card of demise, then you would send that as well. We do run a single 1 day of peace. Again, neither player takes damage until the end of the opponent's next turn. This is maybe for like the one time that you brick, or we're looking for a very specific card, okay? And this is from this point on, okay? So if you do play cards like the Extra Foolish and the Cybernetic, you can play the 1 day of peace. You'll still beat your 2K, and then your opponent just doesn't get the satisfaction of defeating you in case you wanted to play that monster that blows up next turn. Additionally, 3 pots of duality. You guys know this one. Excavate the top 3, add 1 to hand, shuffle the rest back to deck. Can't special summon during the turn you activate this. Again, this is going to not work if you've already done your Cyberstein. Next up, we're going to be doing the Pot of Extravagance at 3. At the start of the main phase, banish 3 or 6, random as face downs from the extra deck. Draw a card per 3, banished. And then for the remainder of the turn, you may not draw cards by effect. Again, use this one cautiously, depending on how close you think you are. And then 1 copy of Upstart. Because again, I know what I want to do to my hit points. It doesn't matter how high my opponent's hit points get. Because the point here is to give away the win. We want to lose. We don't care about the win. Give them some hit points. Guys, take the notes. There's a lot of spells here. We'll be right back with some traps. Give us a moment. All right, now that we're at the traps, there's only a few. We've only got 7 cards. One of them was recently limited to 1. This is the Appointer of the Red Lotus, which also really did help us finish ourselves a lot. We get to pay 2,000 life points, reveal our hand, look at the opponent's hand, banish a card from their hand till the opponent's next end phase. Now, I get it. This card can actually be useful in play, but it was so nice when you were able to use 3 of these to pull this off. Next up, you're going to need 3 Rings of Destruction. Sometimes we need some help from the opponent. Or we played Cyberstein, and we really just want you to go look at our monster and go, nah, I get rid of him. So with the way that this was errated, you can activate this during the opponent's turn. Target a face-up monster card on the field, destroy the target. Then if you do, you first inflict damage to yourself based on the monster's attack, then second to the opponent based on the monster's attack. And again, the monster has to be weaker than or equal to the opponent's hit points. So again, if the opponent has like 300 hit points, you're not blowing up something that's at 400 attack or more. Just not going to happen. So again, it's perfect. It helps us force the win condition. And then the real reason I built this, Wall of Revealing Light went up to 3 on October 3rd. Again, guys, I missed the ban list. It's a bit too late for me to make a video on it, but this was one of the things that came from 1 to 3. When we activate this, we may pay multiples of life points in 1,000. If we do, our opponent's monsters have to be stronger than the amount we paid. So, if I pay 3,000, Blue Eyes White Dragon cannot attack unless he's been augmented. However, I can pay 8,000 life points if I have 8,000 life points. So this right here, this is the condition. This is what we're trying to do. This is how we're trying to lose the game. So really the whole deck is built around that. Now, as far as the extra deck, guys, you may play any 15 cards that tickle your fancy. But I thought I'd flex with some of my favorite. So I've got my Aqua Dragon from the McDonald's promo series. Because I don't know if you guys played it. It was Duelist of the Roses. And it had this really cool like battle mechanic thing that was set up. And every time you move this guy around the like giant chessboard of the Yu-Gi-Oh match, the Aqua Dragon would automatically turn whatever his field zone was into a field advantage. So again, it was really cool. I do have my Bikori box. A lot of us used to carry this around in our extra decks as a joke. So to anybody who knew me back then, to anybody who loves the clown control, this is kind of a shout out to that. Plus, it just looks awesome. We do have the Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon, because why not? Cherubin, the Fire Knight, because original cards. We pulled in a Dark Flare Knight for some giggles. I put in a couple Dragon Master Knights because I just wanted to sleeve them. Because again, I don't know if you guys know this, I sleeve my collection. And right now, waiting into next month, I've got some decks started, but I'm waiting on a shipment of sleeves. So even though it's going to be God Month next month, I do think I'm going to hit a little bit of Common Charity real quick to kind of wait it out. So I do apologize, but I'm all out of black sleeves right now. And everything that it just gets sleeved. I've got a box of nothing but sleeved cards. One day I'll show you guys. Right here, we got the Dragonist the Wicked. We got a Guilty of the D-Knight, because I've been watching a lot of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. King Dragoon. We got Koala. Big shout out to the next Speed Duel deck we're going to be building. I put in my other Millennium Eyes Restrict, because again, I just want them sleeved. A copy of Musician King, because that's funny. The Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and a copy of Skull Knight. Just another like fusion I just truly enjoyed. And guys, this is it. This is the deck. And again, this stack of 15 here could be any stack of 15. You do want to make sure that there are going to be some fusions, because again, the way that the Cyberstein works, you do need fusions. If you don't have Cyberstein, that's fine. Gale Dogra came in the Cyber Strike structure deck. You guys could just pop these into the deck. And again, you could activate this twice before you can't anymore. So again, you can activate that twice, maybe swing into a monster, set something else. It's full of things that you guys could do. Again, you maybe don't have Card of Demise. I know that one's hard to come by. That's fine. Cybernetic shouldn't be too hard to get. Dark World Dealing shouldn't be too hard to get. They've been giving extra Foolish Burial away lately. Like a lot of this is pretty easy to get. Even the Extravagance. You guys don't need to be running my Mega Pack 20s or my Mac and Cheese that actually made it to my trade binder, because I just like the look of the Secret Rare better than I like the Gold Arts. But again, they were common. They were common in a recent structure deck, so you might as well. Again, one of the hardest things to maybe find will be these original Ancient Sanctuary first edition Walls of Revealing Light. But yeah, I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you guys goof on somebody with this. I did enter a little locals event at a local comic book store, and I did play this The opponent knew who I was. We played a couple of weeks previous, and I had been mean. I had my sub terrors, and then this week I went up there with this. Did this last. It was Saturday, and yeah, I got lucky. I ended up drawing into the Wall of Revealing Light every time because again it's at 3, so it's much easier to just draw into. And I just did that and just passed turn, waited till standby phase. And I said, "All right, you ready?" And they were like, "Yeah, I guess." And I was like, "Wall of Revealing Light, pay 8,000, you win next game." And we laughed a lot about this. Again, this has been something that I run into on Master Duel a lot. And honestly, it's fun for me to play stuff like this every now and again because it's just like, again, I'm always saying that, the channel is the casual duelist. I'm not the A1 triple ranked, ultra competitive, beat the blue eyes duelist. I'm just here for fun, and I want you guys to have fun, and I want you guys to remember it is just a game. So, like, deck like this is fun every now and again. But seriously, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed everything with spooky season. We finally did get our ghost tricks in and out. We did find a hollow to be our mascot, so maybe he'll stick around for next year, and he'll be like our duel center. Maybe we'll paint the card something to make him more like Jojo the Penguin Soldier. But until that, guys, I want you guys to have a great day. Hopefully you guys get out there, get some candy or whatever, enjoy some spooky movies, and enjoy the rest of your Halloween. Hope to see you guys again next month. Do all the things. Don't do the things. Do the one thing. Guys, go out and try to have that great day, all right? See you later, my friends.